the payroll, did you? That's what this whole mumbo jumbo about the intellectual property is about. You can get all you want. I went to the website this morning, NAR, that's the New Africa Radio. Went to the website this morning, and I saw its major statement. It says 64 articles were missing. Do you have any one of them? I didn't go into it to see which ones there were, but they said 96% of all printed articles by Imam Mohammed were on that site. They got them by years in 4 sections, from 75 to 79, from 80 to 89, from 90 to 99, and from 2000 to 2008. You don't have to go through the whole list. You know, you can choose any of those sections. Or you can go to one. And if you don't want to do that, they got a section up there that says search. You can put the word in. I want to see what Imam Mohammed had to say about this word. Put that word in and click on it. That's technology. You ain't got to do all, you're looking and turning pages. I don't know, I'm tired now. My eyes just click on the word, and it'll tell you how many times Imam Mohammed used that word in those articles. How many times he used it, and give you the articles and the date that those articles were published, and you can click on that and pull the section up where he made that. No, you don't have to read the whole article, just where he made the statement that you're looking for. I looked up the word race. Just check out just race. And it said, the caption came up, said that he used that word in the articles that they have 121 times in 99 articles. I didn't take time to go through all of them. I just see how it worked. But it had the list of the articles, 99 articles, and that the word itself, race, was used 121 times. Now, how much more of an expert do you want to be in the intellectual property of Imam Muhammad? Or are you looking for some cash? You looking for a payday? I'm telling you, I'm just sharing with you so that you understand. This is one of our genetic defects that I'm talking about here. And in order to correct that genetic defect, you're gonna have to either repair the gene or replace the function that gene. You can't repair the gene itself. You know, you can't make a believer out of a non-believer. You know why? Well, I shouldn't say that. You cannot make a believer out of a kafir. A non-believer simply may include someone who's never been exposed to the knowledge. All right, there are different terms, but the term kafir, so don't go around calling people kafir. He's kafir, he's kafir. I heard, brother, my mama's a kafir. No, a kafir is not just a non-believer. A kafir is one who knows what you believe, and he's rejected it, and he's hiding it. Kafarad, that word. See, that's how you ain't gonna find this in no dictionary where it tell you he's hiding it. But kafarad means to cover. So not only did he reject it, he's covered it up, trying to keep anybody else from seeing it. He ain't gonna use it, don't want nobody else to use it. I'm not telling you that I'm no kafir. Just make sure that you know who you're calling the kafir. All right, you call him one who's truly a kafir, one who truly not only he knows what you believe, he rejects it, and then he covers it up, trying to make sure nobody else sees it. That's how deep that word is. Now, I know you remember Imam Muhammad telling us not to call everybody kafir. He didn't go into all the details of why not, so that's our job. See, Imam Muhammad gave us something called tafsir, right? Tafsir. Tafsir is explanation. But it was our job to take that a step further and go into tafsil. Tafsir, fasalah. Fasalah means to break things down into its parts. All right? There's a whole chapter called Fusilat. Fusilat. I've forgotten which chapter it is, but there, you know, it's a chapter called Fusilat. Comes from the same word. Details. Give them with the details. So we, as imams, are supposed to give the details on why Imam Muhammad came up with the explanation that he did. If he had taken the time to give the tafsir on everything, he wouldn't have been able to cover what he did. So he gave the tafsir, and you, as one of his imams, you are supposed to be giving the tafsir. You're supposed to be looking into it. Here's a demonstration. One time we were having a meeting. I can't remember whether it was the imam's meeting or a Ramadan session. I believe it was a Ramadan session. And Imam Muhammad was talking about Yusuf. And you know, he gave us a lot of information about Yusuf. One of them was the coat of many colors and so forth. But anyway, we had a break. And he came back. And so he said, well, now what do we know about Yusuf? And there's one brother who has made this transition. I won't try to defame him, but I'll just give you this. He said, well, you said, Imam said, no. I don't want to know what I said. I want to know what you got to say. That's the tafsir. What do you got to say about it? All right? So even today, we still haven't finished our job of tafsir. That's the point I'm making to those who are in the da'is, those who are involved in dawah, the imams and others. So the imams not the only ones who are teaching, others are teaching also. Don't just go and just say what the imam said, but first get an understanding of it for yourself. And the only way you're going to get an understanding for yourself is to go to the Quranic language. And Allah says that He has given it for that purpose. He says, "Inna anzalnahu Qur'anan Arabiyyan la'allakum ta'qilun." We have revealed it in Arabic Quran that you might understand and might get wisdom. But really that you might make connections between what is said here and what's in your life. Ta'qilun comes from the word akalat, which means to tie things together. And the ta means you're tying it together for yourself. The ta it means it's reflexive. You're doing whatever action is. When you use ta to prefix a root word, it means that action, whatever that action was, is reflexive. It's coming back to the one who's doing it. All right? And I'm going to close out with another comment on that. But so you make the connection between what has just been ta'qilun, all with that phrase. I think it's in the Quran 70 sometimes. I'm not sure. I did count them one time, and it's still there. I just can't remember exactly how many it is now. But every time it occurs at the end of an ayat after an expose that Allah has given about a certain situation. Then it says, I tell you the first place I believe it is where it says, I believe it's in that place. I'm not sure. Where it says, will you enjoin righteousness on the others and forget to practice it yourself? I believe that's the first ayat. At the end of that ayat it says, you're going to tell other folks to do right? And if it's not there, then it may be at the one where it says the Christians and the Jews are arguing with each other while they both claim to read the same book. And it says, and it may be at both. I don't remember. I didn't put it in my phone, and I didn't put it on my little piece of paper. Maybe if I brought that big fat book, I would have it with me. But making the connections. So that's our job, to make the connection between what is revealed in the Quran and our specific situation. That's all I'm doing right now. It's showing you the situation that we're in. All that I've been talking about here today is considered to be the last part of a khutbah. Many imams are giving khutbahs today and don't know the formula for khutbah. Khutbah comes from the word khataba. Khataba means to court. Kitbah is a proposal, a betrothal, looking to get a wife. The khutbah is a betrothal also, to get the believers to support what you're going to give them in the last part of the talk, all right? Because the first part of the talk we're supposed to be doing what? Dealing with the glorification of Allah and the honor and blessings of His messenger. That's what's supposed to be. And then the second part, we talk about problems that's concerned and connect it to what we talked about in the first part. But if you fail to give the first part, then their hearts may not be open to receive. Who then do you think he is up there talking like that? Now, I know I said the N-word, but I had to say it like that. Who do you think he is? But if you can connect what you want to point out and needs to be done in our community to what Allah has said in the Quran, then you have courted them to such an extent that they will accept it. Believers will accept it. I remember the first time that I experienced that. It wasn't in the khutbah, but I was sent down to Indianapolis they were having a little trouble down there with one older imam who is transpired now, but he was from Chicago and he'd been sent down there after having gone to St. Louis and then sent down there. And he wasn't able to make the transition from the language. He was a hell of a teacher on Yaqub's history. But when you took him out of Yaqub's history, he was kind of lost. And we had another brother who had come from New York by way of Florida, and he made the transition in language real well. And there had two groups going down, so it sent me down there to try to reconcile the situation. And one of the brothers hadn't gotten there when I got there. I went down there in a little Pinto, sister I saw here, but she's not here now, but her husband gave me a little Pinto. I don't remember how old it was, but a Pinto wasn't nothing but a death trap. A death trap. And I got hit in the rear and that thing didn't explode. Exploded. That's why the gas tank went right back there in the back. Okay, but anyway, so they wanted me to start talking to the group. They were gathered in the park. And I said, well, I'm supposed to meet with the imams in the state. And so they said, well, come on and talk to us anyway until this is some of the believers, in the state of Indiana. And so I said, well, first I'll just recite some Quran to you. And so I started reciting Quran. This sister was from Gary. She was a teacher. She acted like I was an angel or something. I looked up, she was peeping from behind a tree. Yeah. And I realized that it wasn't me. She was just overwhelmed that somebody looked like me was up there reciting the Quran. And so that's when I realized the effect that the Quran has on people. And do you know with the other brother who came in, after I was still reciting, and so we went to meet with the imams down in a cabin, because we were in a Boy Scout camp, went down in the cabin. And now that brother was the minister that I came in under in Chicago, and he was treating me like I was Mr. Shake. Not just Shake, I was Mr. Shake. And I mean, really, it was, and what it had nothing to do with me. It was the fact that I had been reciting the Quran. And from that time on, I realized that how we respond, but we don't want to just respond on hearing it like that. We want to move that response to a higher level now. Yes, appreciate it. It should sound good to your ears, but you want to have it in your heart also. So in closing, the other tab that I told you I would mention, because I was talking about ta'akaloon, and aikala means to tie things together, and ta'akaloon means tying it together for your, and it's the plural form, by the way, tie it together for yourselves. Look at this revelation that I'm giving you here, and look at the situations in your life, and bring them together to make a meaningful resolution to the problems that you are facing. So Allah says, well, la yukallifu Allahu nafsan illa wusaha. Allah does not put a burden on any soul greater than it can bear. You may not bear it because you have not taken on the right tools, but you can bear it, if you will. So the word that I want to close out with is in the Al-Fatiha, which I already said earlier that the Quran is for our guidance. And so we ask for guidance in the Al-Fatiha. The Al-Fatiha closes out with dua. Dua, we're begging. And so the first one says, which is where we start our next, we start our next Iyyaka na'budu. But the one after this, Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Now, Ihdina, when that's huda is the root word there, and you put the a or the I in front of it, it makes it either a request or command. Now, we know we can't command nothing from Allah, so we must be requesting, right? So we're requesting Allah. Ihdina as-sirat, guide us. Dina, guide us. Na, the na is us. Hada is the root word. Ihdina, guide us. Siratal mustaqim. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Guide us on the sirat, on the path. But that's a serious mistranslation. In other words, it leaves it short. It says mustaqim. And they say straight. Because you already got the word for path, sirat. Mustaqim means more than straight. When we stand in prayer, how do we supposed to stand? Straight up, and is that called mustaqim? No, that's called qiyam. That's straight, qiyam. All right? Mustaqim, this mu in mustaqim is the same mu that's in Muslim. Muslim is those who seek safety, who seek, follow Allah's guidance, seek escape from a danger. The mu, that's the person. If you have the same letter and put ma on it, that'll be the place. You put mi on it, put it on it, mi, and it'll be a thing. That's just in one letter, the meaning. Mu, ma, mi. Person, place, thing. Masjid, right? Place. Muslim, person. Masjid, place. Miftahun, key. That's the thing, right? All right? From Fatiha. All right. So now, the mu then is dealing with people. Mus, and then the ta. So mus, and I skipped this word has 3 prefixes. The mu, the seen, which has a sukoon on it, so it goes with the mu. Mus, and then mus, that's actually from the word